evening, everybody. Welcome to class. My name is Ben Reisinger, and I'm the professor of J360. We all know that hashtag very, very well. Managing online public relations, and it is a fall semester, November 19th, 2015. So, hey, we've talked a lot of stuff over this semester, you guys. We've talked platforms, and we've talked web video, we've talked SEO and SEM now, and tonight we're going to bring it all kind of back around. The next few sessions are going to be about that. So tonight we're talking digital media along with new media, okay, and like how we use them in campaigns and stuff like that. Hey, and here's your other PSA. Check out this dirt lip that I got going on right here. This is for Movember, okay? It is the month of November, and in this month, men grow their mustaches out for men's health awareness. And at my hospital, we're raising money for our wheelchair and adaptive sports department. We have a wheelchair sports department that they have varsity teams of wheelchair sports and basketball, softball, rugby, tennis, you name it, and stuff like that. So that's what the mustache is for. To keep it going loud and proud. Anybody here heard of Movember before?
Sure.
Anybody? Yeah, right on, man.
Cool.
So you see a guy with a mustache this month, make sure you point it out and say, "Way to go, Mo, bro." You know, and the ladies, they can be too. They call Mo sisters. And so you got your Mo sisters, you got your Mo bros.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
No.
You guys want to see cool stuff? Go to hashtag or #. It's their Twitter handle, Movember Indie. I used to be their PR guy 3 years ago and 4 years ago, but at Movember Indie. And you can find some cool stuff about Movember. Okay, let's see here. Blog. So I messed up when I was making your syllabus, okay? It says that you have another article review due this week. All right? Now, a couple people have turned in your assignment early, so it's totally cool. But I'm going to tell you this. You don't have to do another web video article review, okay? I've been pushing that down your throats. I've been your web video pusher, all right? So, hey, keep it 500 words again, but I'm just going to let you do a blog on anything you want this week. It doesn't have to be on PR, just a general blog, whatever you guys want. You choose, have fun. So, or you can do another web video article review if you want. I mean, it's up to you, you know. Just giving you the options out there. Yep, less than a month. Lord Vader.
Yeah. I'll buy you a beer if you come down. How about that?
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, that sounds a little desperate, Scott.
Uh-oh, man. I know. What is it? One beer is 10 points. A six-pack is 11.
I got some good beer, dude. Like, I know my shit. I'll get you hooked up. It's fun.
No, man, I love Indianapolis beer. There's definitely some good beer in Indianapolis. I was drinking beer at Sun King in downtown Indy at college back before they ever got big, and they just had a little, oh, there's another puppy. I love it. We love animals here in class. But I was drinking Sun King back when before they got big, man, and I'm a huge fan. I like Flat 12 a lot, too. I like Indiana City. That's over there downtown as well. And then I also like New Day Meadery in Fountain Square. I've loved them for years, man. Mead, which is honey wine. It's good stuff. But yeah,
cross your fingers. I got a interview with Flat 12 like next week, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
PR.
Oh yeah, they have a PR job you're applying for. Nice.
Hopefully.
Who are you interviewing with?
Her name is Mary, I believe. I'll have to double check.
Okay, I know quite a few people there. Maybe I can help you out. Woo! Right on. All right. Anybody else have any cute, cuddly animals you want to show here tonight?
I do, but they're being bad as hell in my house. So.
J360 mascots. Oh, look at that beautiful kitty.
George, I miss him.
Oh, I love it. Love our animals.
Oh, the kitty.
See, what other class can you see have your animals with you at? No other one but J360. Oh, look at that little spunky mutt.
I know, right? He's bad as hell, just like me.
I feel so bad because I can never get home fast enough to have you guys get to see the fluff muffins that I have running around at my house, so it kind of gets stuck with me.
Hey, everybody loves puppies. All right, so
everybody else is getting all the animal karma, and here I am just got nothing.
That's awesome. We love all of our animals here. So let's talk, as usual, the social media fail of the week. So let me ask you guys before I get into my fail, and I got a really good one that has to do with the Paris attacks. We all know what happened last Saturday. It sucks. You know, that's going to go down in history for France as, you know, our 9/11, and then England had their underground tube attacks 3 years ago, and now this in Paris, and it really, really stinks. But does anybody know of any fails or anything this week, you know, from yourself? Did you do something you regret? Did you see anything on social media that you're just questioning? Nobody?
Didn't see anything crazy this time.
Well, right on, man. I guess everybody's watching pretty timid accounts. All right, but hey, again, remember, fails always happen. So, pull up my browser here. Okay, so if you guys go to the website www.politicalfails.wordpress.com. Okay, again, it's www.politicalfails.wordpress.com. And this is a website that this guy literally finds fails. A lot of them on.
Oh, I know one. Oh, I got a good one.
You know this site?
No, not this one, but I just thought of a social media fail. But you keep going.
Okay, cool. Tell us at the end here. So, if what I'm going to do was posted on November the 16th, and it's Congressman makes ridiculous tweet in the aftermath of Paris attacks. Okay, so or this past Friday, yeah, this past Friday, not Saturday. So the Paris attacks were happening. It was 7:33 p.m. last Friday. If you find this article, it's only like 3 or 4 down. Okay, and as the attacks were still unfolding, Congressman Jeff Duncan, Republican from South Carolina. So this guy is a.
That already sounds bad.
What's that?
I said that already kind of sounds bad, that title.
That he's
Like,
a Republican from South Carolina?
But
he's a Southern conservative? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. Okay, so here it is. Republican Jeff Duncan, and here his Twitter handle is at REP Jeff, Jeff Duncan, Duncan. So again, it's at Rep Jeff Duncan, okay? Here's his tweet. Jeff Duncan, how's that Syrian refugee resettlement look now? Question mark. How about that mass migration into Europe? Question mark. Terrorism is alive and well in the world, period. And then hashtag no. So let me say, so you can, I'll say it again, okay? Because you guys probably got, I mean, there's several things that are wrong with this tweet. There are several things that as a congressman of the United States of America, being one of the 100 people elected to help us really form our laws, is saying this. So again, Rep. Jeff Duncan, how's that Syrian refugee resettlement look now? Question mark. How about that mass migration into Europe? Question mark. Terrorism is alive and well in the world, period. And then hashtag no, N-O. Well, he's obviously referencing, you know, Syrian refugees are fleeing ISIS. They're fleeing this craziness that's happening in their country, and it's really sad. And they're going to many parts of Europe. And this and that, and I'll tell you, and it really broke my heart to see that, you know, when Mike Pence, the governor of the state of Indiana, he put the kibosh, too, on Syrian refugees coming into the state. And when he did that, a family was midair, and they had to relocate them, and they had to go back. Actually, it's been breaking news in Indianapolis the last day or so.
They went to Connecticut, didn't they?
Was that it? Was it Connecticut where they ended up?
Yeah, they had to go to Connecticut instead.
Okay, still, it's just upsetting what's happening in Indiana with this. So, Representative Duncan, you know, he's talking about people migrating. He's basically making fun of the situation, and then he used the hashtag no at the end. Well, of course we know it's no, that, you know, we know that terrorism is alive and well in the world, and he's, you know, making fun of people, and he's saying, hey, you know, because that is what happened. You know, now they're seeing that it was some refugees that came over that acted like refugees, and those were some of the people that set off the attacks. Okay, so what do you guys think? Anybody's thoughts on this?
I mean, it depends. Like, do you want the thought of, you know, my student political answer, or do you want like my personal answer? Because I mean, there's a lot of political fails going on in social media, and I mean, a lot of our political propaganda comes from not just people like us, but I mean, I don't know. It hurts my heart too to see a lot of this stuff, but I feel like it's more of illegal propaganda than more of PR fails.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess my
He knew
question
that it
is,
would get. He knew it would get
could only
seen.
be seen.
Okay, I'll interject here real quick, and then we'll go to you, Paige. He knew it would get seen. The tweet has since been deleted, you know, and I mean, it's just I'm sitting here reading about it. It's just, you know, it's horrible. I mean, it's absolutely horrible. Like, he got huge backlash, and as of I taught on Tuesday. As of Tuesday, he was still getting backlash. I was looking at people tweeting him and adding him. So, you know, it's just a bad thing, and it makes the people of the state probably look a little bit bad. Paige, what do you have to say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Sorry, I've never used headphones. I know we have issues with that.
Cool.
Well, I was just going to say with all this, the things happening in Paris and the Syrian refugees and everything going on, that I've seen just tons of like the PR social media fails of people who are reading like a headline on something and like it's not even a real website. Like there's no facts involved or anything. They're just sharing it on social media and then it's starting like some, you know, uproar on there and everyone just, I don't know, it's another little fail. I was just thinking of this week, like you go to people share things from like Fox-Z News instead of like Fox News and like no one's thinking, they're just sharing and they're just getting stuff out there and it's not even real most of the time. So just interesting.
No, that's a good point, and that's a huge point. A huge thing with social media is the disinformation, you know, the misinformation of information. Scott, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that type of rhetoric could only be seen as a political fail depending on what your politics are. For some people, that may not be a fail at all. You know?
Sure.
You know, I'm not necessarily one of them, but I could see how, you know, maybe some of his constituents might agree with him, and you know, therefore, you know, that might be one of the reasons he posted it. When I think of a social media fail, I was thinking something like it must have been Day, and maybe you saw it, where Ben Carson tweeted.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson's Twitter account, or his campaign Twitter account, posted a infographic essentially expressing solidarity with what you were exactly talking about, with many governors essentially saying no, we're putting the kibosh on accepting refugees and stuff like that. And the United States, like the states weren't in the correct position, like Maine and Delaware, or Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont were way off and didn't connect where they were supposed to New York and things like that. So it was hilariously embarrassing, but that's the kind of thing where I think of, you know, social media fails, where you can't, you know, just take an outline of the United States and put it on there or something like that.
No, I got that.
I think it was really recent. It might have been just today.
No, that's cool. Thanks, man. I mean, I really do. I get that too. You know, I mean, it's different to everybody. You know, it's definitely subjective to, you know, your own views and things like that. So that's cool. Anybody else have anything about this? You know, what they're calling a political fail, or about this? You know, congressman not being very empathetic to the situation that was happening in the world. No? Okay, cool. Well, let's just keep chugging along here. Anybody, and nobody else has any fails or anything for the week?
I don't know, I put the photo in the chat for you guys. You can take a look, check out where New England is.
Sweet. Thank you. Right on. All right, so let me minimize this, pull back up my notes. All right, so let's talk PR and social media. Okay. Okay, so again, we've gone through all the tactics, all the platforms. We've talked web video now, SEO, SEM, and I really want you guys to understand how it all fits together. There's, you know I've been preaching and preaching and preaching digital media, and the revolution is here now, and you have to get on it, and that is true. But again, there is definitely a place out there right now still for traditional media. Okay, excuse me. Probably in about 20, 25 years, once the baby boomers get very old and things like that, or maybe 30 years, when that happens, everything will probably digitize, and everything will probably digitize before that. I'm being very conservative with my numbers here, okay? But as of right now, you know, if you're reaching a certain demographic, or you're doing a PR campaign or a communications campaign for, let's just say a product that both young and old alike use, you have to use some of this traditional media, okay? So let me ask you guys first, and I'm going to give you guys some examples of how I've used traditional along with new media and campaigns, blended them together, and had some really good success with it, okay? Any of you guys ever done this, ran a campaign or done something for your work where, and when I mean traditional media, I'm meaning, maybe you've bought television ads, radio ads, print, like a magazines or even newspaper advertising, things like that. Anybody ever done that?
I have.
Not necessarily anything bought, but definitely earned media, yeah. Like through media relations or something.
Okay, well, what's your example? What have you done, Scott?
I had a internship downtown last summer, and one of the things we did was have a bus tour. It's an education nonprofit, and we did a bus tour throughout, to go to different schools that we wanted to highlight certain things, to showcase, successful programs or whatnot. And
so you used events along with it.
So we would use the event. We got media relations. We got, whether it was TV or the Star, the IBJ or something like that, and we would get them on board, and do things like that. But I would say that's earned media. We didn't pay anything for it,
No, and that's okay. That's fine. I mean, it can be earned or unearned media. And then also with what you were doing, were you using social media, right? How were you using social media along with those tactics?
I was live tweeting the entire time,
Okay.
as well as posting, pictures. I took videos that we posted up onto our YouTube, and things like that.
That's cool. Right
So
on. Chris, were you going to say something?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure if it's exactly right or not, but
Go for it, man. Let's what you got, buddy?
okay, so I went to Ben Davis High School, and my senior year, I was I was in charge of our school spirit shop. But so that entailed like making all like the signs, like all of like the football T-shirts and stuff that kids would wear to like the games and stuff like that. So I was just kind of like in charge of promotion of the school and all the sports events, and taking my like designs and putting them onto T-shirts and stuff like that. So I guess, well, I mean, I earned like college credit and stuff for it, and like a lot of notarization, and then I had to like share it on like the Facebook and Twitter. It was like before Instagram came out, but I mean, I guess it's kind of.
No, man, that's exactly right. And you know what you were doing? What that's called? Have you ever heard of the tactic called guerrilla marketing?
Yes.
All the
Guerrilla
time.
marketing, guerrilla PR. That's when you're down in the trenches like that, and you're giving people T-shirts, and you're making signs and things like that. You're really trying to get out into your community, which your community was Ben Davis. So, man, yeah, it's absolutely. And then you use your Facebook and your Twitter with that.
That was perfect. Everybody was wearing my T-shirts, so.
Everybody loves a good T-shirt, right? I mean, seriously. Anybody else have an example?
Would you consider, like, my senior year in high school, I was, like, drama club president, and I was putting together a glee scene with, like, probably, like, 30 people, and I had to pass out, like, tickets, and I had to pass out, like, awards, because it was, like, almost like a competition, too, for, like, who sung the best and things like that. So, I mean, wouldn't that be considered, like, some type of PR for, like, school?
Yeah. Absolutely. That's very similar to what Chris had. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're doing some guerrilla marketing. You're getting out there. You're using events, which being, in person with things is always one of the strongest ways that you can help change sentiment or, sway an opinion if that's what you're going for with your PR campaign or, with you guys with your school stuff. No, that's cool. So right now, I'm starting one right now, a new campaign at Mary Free Bed, and I love these examples. Anybody else have an example before I give mine? No? Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital, which is where I work in Grand Rapids. You can go to maryfreebed.com right now, and you'll see a really, really cool, fun image of Santa upside down in a chimney. Excuse me. Let me pull it up. It's awesome. I love it. Mary. Uh-oh.
What are you doing up there?
So if you look at this image of Santa upside down, you'll see some text next to it that says, "When holidays happen, comma, ask for Mary." So when I came in a couple years ago to my job here at the hospital, we are Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital, and we started this whole wild campaign. I mean, it's you got to know backstory a little bit about how we were founded, but basically it's people, hey, ask for Mary. We decided Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital. That's a lot, okay? And I tried, ask for Mary Free Bed. Mary Free Bed's just kind of weird, right? And even when I first heard of this hospital, before I even started working with them, I'm like, what? I don't get it. Hospitals just aren't called things like this. But that's the name of our hospital, all right? So this campaign that we're doing, this is our holiday campaign. It doesn't really have a call to action on it, as you see. Well, the call to action is ask for Mary, but I don't put a telephone number. I don't put a web address or anything like that on that. And with this image that you're seeing, we're using it electronically. We're using it for digital ads. We're using it for print ads. And this image actually, too, is a billboard up in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area. And right now we're working on creating two 15-second videos. So this scene of Santa right here that you see like this, it's actually my legs, and they're moving. Like here's the what you call it, the chimney, and his legs are kind of moving, and you hear something going, ho ho ho, oh no, oh ho ho. Like Santa gets stuck in the chimney, and he gets hurt. It's kind of funny. It's supposed to be one of those make you feel good holiday type of campaigns and things like that. So that's what we're kind of going for, right? It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. You'll see we're really kicking it off around the Thanksgiving holiday. I've just, for right now, changed our headers and things like that. Like if you go to Mary Free Bed's Facebook page or Twitter page, or Tumblr or LinkedIn, anything, you'll see holiday imagery on it, because I'm just kind of starting it to get the most bang out of our buck. But it's really going to be like, excuse me, a 6-week campaign starting right around Thanksgiving, because I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving's here, that weekend, a ton of people are on social media, so I'm going to have some of this fodder to post and put out there. We're working on blogs as well and things like that. So this is the campaign that I've helped formulate that has, this end of the spectrum, your traditional media, and this end of the spectrum, your electronic media, your digital media, your new media, okay? And you think about it, I have people all the way from pediatrics through the elderly, okay, coming to Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital. And I'll tell you this, before I came in, they would have never thought about doing all this digital stuff. They were very, very conservative. I'm pulling them the opposite way because we have to try. Our main demographic are females, 35 to like 55, 60, something like that. And definitely, we do more business with adults than we do pediatrics now, okay? But we still have to get the moms in there. We still have to get the females. Females are the people. It's been looked at through demographic research that make medical decisions. If they're married and have a family, the mother or the wife will make the push the medical decisions and things like that. And that's, again, why we have our November campaign, spread awareness about men's health. Get checked out, dudes. I went an entire decade in my 20s without going to the doctor, and it's that way for a lot of people. Yeah, I know, it's kind of wild. I went, and like eyes and this and that, but you get a checkup. Check it out. So, yes, with Mary Free Bed, we're using both of these things because of my demographics that I have. Okay, we're also, this Saturday, you'll love it, man. I'm going to be an elf in the Grand Rapids Santa Parade. Myself and our photographer, we're going to elf up, wear these big elf green costumes, and we're going to march with people from Mary Free Bed in the Santa Parade. So just like you guys were doing, that's kind of our guerrilla stuff, We pass out little squishy brains. We pass out candy. I pass out little things that says "Ask for Mary" on it and things like that. So And this is where I'll take people when we start doing some stuff. If you want to go to it, it's askformary.com. Okay? You guys go to askformary.com. That's kind of my page, my URL that I use when I have campaigns going on, because I want to get that in people's minds. I actually had somebody tell me, I was out and about in the community and I had my badge on, and they looked at me and they did not know that I was with PR or anything, and they told me, they're like, oh, you know, we always hear that we should ask for Mary. And I'll tell you, I was doing a stinking happy dance inside going like, oh, yeah, yeah, you know, because it meant to me that that person is getting our campaign, that person is getting what I'm throwing out there, okay? You guys understand this, right? I know that you've been told by many professors that you have to use this blend in the mix, but I mean, you guys are with me, right? Everybody do the head bob, or give me the thumbs up, or the peace sign, or the hang ten, or the Vulcan. Live long and prosper. Okay, right on. Okay. Woo! Uh-oh. This is what happens when you're a Star Wars geek. You hit your lightsabers, and your lightsabers fall during class. Yeah. December 18th, all the way, guys. Okay, cool. I'll put these up. Ah, they're going to fall again. Okay, cool. All right, let me minimize this. So, think about it, okay? Let me ask you guys about news releases. And this is like the last thing again. You know, I'm giving you the huge overview of doing this. We could spend weeks on just building campaigns, and you guys will have that class if you haven't already taken it. You know, your PR campaigns class. You know, if you are a PR student, okay. If you're journalism or something else, you will not. So let's talk news releases, okay? News releases used to be a thing that everybody would type. They'd type this big, long sheet of paper. You know, you'd fax it or you'd send it in to journalists and stuff like that. But that's done. Has anybody here ever pitched anything to the media? Paige, yeah?
Well, did you say pitched?
Yeah, have you like pitched a story or something like that, or got the media to come cover something?
Oh, maybe not. Sorry. I write press releases at my internship, like news releases, so I thought you were going to ask that, so I was going to say I've done that, but not like just one-on-one pitch yet.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Anybody else ever pitched to the media, like Blind McKinley?
Well, I've kind of been on the other side because I worked at a newspaper this summer, and so I've like been the person like going through the emails and looking through the news releases, deciding, okay, yeah, this is good, or no, this is not good.
So you were making editorial decisions just from people emailing press releases?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten a press release any other way, like by a fax, or anybody ever mail them into you?
I'm not sure because it was generally either in the email or my boss would have it printed out and on my desk.
No, that's
and then we'd kind of decide from there what stories would, like, if it was actually important or like just a filler because we didn't have enough stories for the day or this or that.
No, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay. I'll tell you this. When I started off, I want to just tell you how this has changed. In the mid-'90s, when I was going to school at AU and things like that, the common way to pitch was to fax a news release to a newsroom. I mean, that seriously was just 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, we were faxing. We'd even drop off, and, you know, we'd call on the phone, which I still do call on the phone to pitch from now and then. But I'll tell you this, and I did it about 4 or 5 years ago when I was running my own PR boutique firm in Indianapolis. Okay, I tweeted. I seriously used Twitter to help pitch a story, and it got aired. I mean, and the reporters came, and they're like, you know, what's a story? What's going on? And things like that. Anybody ever use social media to pitch? Yeah, right on, Scott. That's cool. So how did you use it? Did you tweet?
It was in conjunction with an email pitch that I did. So maybe I guess I would say it was supplementary. It was mostly just, hey, you know, it was mostly like a follow-up on an email pitch I did, saying, hey, did you get it? You know, what did you think? Let me know, something like that. But yeah, tons of times doing that.
No, that's great, and I've done the exact same thing, and that's what I wanted to tell you guys. You know, press releases are still needed. You don't need to write a lot. Don't give everybody a ton of stuff. Give amazing. A lot of times, I think of a press release now as what I used to think of like a news advisory, just a short who, what, when, where, why, you know, and then little bulleted list, because, you know, the disseminators, your editorialists, your journalists, your, you know, your newspaper writers, your radio, your TV guys, they don't want to read a bunch of stuff to figure out what it is that they're covering anymore. Journalism has been affected, you know, and journalism across the board is being affected with the same type of thing that we see with digital media, that people just don't want to read. Seriously, they don't want to read a lot. So you have to be very succinct, and you have to pitch very, very, you know, carefully and strategically. All right. So it is after 6:30. That's a booger. So I wish we had longer in this class, but that's it. So thank you guys. I appreciate it being here again. You know, that's such a broad overview of how we're bringing that all in together, you know, all into digital, all into traditional, and you're using it to your best advantage because you guys are awesome, kick-ass communicators, okay? So again, 500-word blog. It can be anything you want. It does not have to be a web video article review again. That was just a typo snafu by me not paying attention. And we will see you next week. So keep tweeting, keep Facebooking, keep Instagramming, and using that hashtag J360. Thanks.